It is a recurring nightmare for Gaza. Homes and belongings and lives blown apart on a terrifying scale. Older Palestinians have been here before, scouring the rubble to salvage what they can. But a new generation is now experiencing what it's like to face bombardment, as has happened so many times in the past, take shelter at schools they should be learning at. But it is the nighttime that elicits the most fear.
It was very dark and very black, very scary, very crazy night. We couldn't handle it, to be honest, and now we're feeling insecure when the night is coming in Gaza. The air strikes so much. The force and the power of the force is so much different, not like the ones which we known before.
When you hear Israel say, well, this is only happening because militant groups in Gaza fired rockets into Israel, what do you say to that?
Usually we are, as a Palestinian, we are reacting. We don't make the act, first of all. And to be honest, what will happen in Al-Quds and Sheikh Jarrah, it was a reason for the armies or the fractions here in Palestine, in Gaza especially, just to take an action and reaction from the Israeli side.
What he's referring to by Al-Quds and Sheikh Jarrah are plans to evict Palestinian families from their homes in the neighborhood of occupied East Jerusalem, and the violence that took place when Israeli police stormed the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound at the beginning of the week, in which hundreds of Palestinians were injured. In Israel, people in cities like Ashkelon are now dealing with the constant threat of rockets fired by militants. But there, just as in Gaza, there is little question of the tactics of their leaders or of the use of excessive force. It is the other side, Hamas, that is clearly seen as the aggressor. But there is discussion about how the timing of all this does appear to have helped Benjamin Netanyahu.
Well, let's remember, this is not exactly really about how the military feels. This is about what the political leadership tells the military to do. And it's important because the political leadership, for the meantime, is a caretaker government led by Mr. Netanyahu in a very poorly functioning partnership with a Minister of Defense, Benny Gantz, a government that essentially fell apart and is just waiting for the next permanent government to be created. They are the ones calling the shots. And, you know, I think that one thing I am hearing in general in the public, including people of all political stripes, is that there seems to be no question in people's minds that these decisions about when this stops and how intense it becomes very much reflect the personal political agenda at the level of where the government is going. Will there be an opposition coalition formed? Will Israel go into new elections? What does Netanyahu want?
The barrages of rockets from Gaza may be terrifying Israeli communities in their range, but they're being talked of in Israel as having thrown Benjamin Netanyahu a political lifeline. As the assault on Gaza intensifies, no one's talking of him leaving office, as they were just a week ago.